Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Gwent, the Witcher card game. So, I do apologise for the lack of videos. I've been trying to backlog the channel while I'm on holiday next week, and Gwent just kind of took a sidestep because it actually required a little bit more effort than some of the rest of the stuff, so I do apologise. It's back on track now. So, since the previous episode, I've also made a few changes. A lot of you guys had a few concerns with the deck list, so I've been messing around with it quite a fair bit. I can't say that I've really improved the win rate of this deck. It is kind of a tier 3 strategy for the most part anyway. It's kind of just a meme fun deck to begin with right from the very beginning, but there's no sense in not trying to make it a little bit more competitive anyway. So I've taken some feedback from you guys and I've changed a few things out. So I have removed Van Heemar. When I did add Van Heemar to the list, he was in here for a very weather-focused deck strategy, essentially, and the moment I added him in, I stopped seeing weather. I actually took him, replaced him with the Dimeritium Bomb. This was in originally, and then weather came in, and there was not a lot of boosting, so Dimeritium Bomb came out, and Van Heemar came in, and it's kind of switched a little bit in terms of the meta right now, so I'm going to try the bomb out. It's also another target for Avallac'h as well to make him silver, so there's a slightly increased chance that we get to go for our mill strategy. I should mention that this deck change actually does focus a little bit on the combo, a little bit more, and it's a little less balanced in terms of, you know, when you're not wanting to use that combo because it just won't work. Our matchups are going to be a little bit worse in that sense, but if Mill is going to be good, then it's going to win a little bit more consistently, which is why I've seen a little bit of an even win-loss ratio split. We win and lose for different reasons right now, but it works out roughly the same. We've also added in the Alba Spearman as well, so I did remove these guys because they were constantly being targeted, and that hasn't changed, to be honest, but I'm still going to run them anyway. You guys want to see them, so we're going to play them. Whenever a player draws a card to their hand, boost self by 1. So that does mean that whenever we draw a card, we get a point. And if we have Avallac'h on the field, then that's up to 4 points that get added to the Alba Spearman. So we could have a 12 strength bronze just on the first trigger. But I found that these guys get targeted really quickly. If I put them down before Avallac'h to get some draws, then assassins come in and take them down. They end up getting locked. There's all sorts of stuff. They are a massive target for our opponent, which is why I've never really seen, you know, decent value from them, but we're going to try them out anyway. I did cut another Rot Tosser as well, because you guys are absolutely right that the cow carcasses are not really pulling their weight so much. I'm still keeping 2 in, because there is a lot of value from the bouncing with Kahir and Decoy and Amir. There is a lot of value in repeated rot tossing, so we're going to be keeping those guys in just as a 2 of, but yeah, a 3 of just wasn't really getting the job done. I've also added in Lacerate as well, so this goes alongside our rot tosser plan as well, so we can actually kind of force them to move all of their stuff onto a single row and maybe row stack, and then Lacerate and Dimeritium Bomb are actually going to be a little bit more powerful from doing that, so there is yet again another little bit of strategy with the Rot Tosser so that we can get more value from our other cards. That's essentially the changes anyway, guys. Let's go on to the matches. I'll see you there.
Mead! More mead!
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
Okay, so we're against King Bran, which is likely going to be Queen's Guard. I'm going to get rid of the Magna Divisions. They're not useful to us just yet. King Bran's an interesting matchup, mostly because he's going to be discarding out of his deck, so he's going to be thinning for us. What else do we want to get rid of? We've got our Avallac'h. We don't have a way to silver him up, so I suppose... I mean, we could Avallac'h into Stefan to get it, so it is there available to us. I guess we'll just dump... We'll dump an Alba Spearman. They're supposed to be a late game win condition anyway. Armoured Cavalry is going to be a decent point swing, hopefully. Right, so what do we want to lead off with here? I guess we'll just lead off with the Cavalry, get an idea of what's on top of his deck. We'll go into the Range Row. And we got Pirate Captains, but that's about it. Good to know his Priestess of Freyas are on top. He can only have one in his hand then. Okay. Looks at the top 3. Fortunately for us, there's not a great deal that he can hit that will hurt us. And it looks like he goes for the Magna Division. I think I saw it. Yeah. 13 points on his Regis. It's not going to be too bad though, to be honest, because one, it's not useful to us right now. I guess I could just throw out a Rot Tosser. It's not exactly value that I care for, but, you know. Better than nothing. Could force him to stack his rows a little bit more. Potentially.
Mayhap you'll gawk at Zeracania's marvels too one day.
Alright, so Clan Tursic Veteran. Trigger all of your other Tursic's units wherever they are. Interesting. Well, that's going to be the card that dies. So we know this cavalry is only going to be a 7-point bronze, which isn't great, to be perfectly honest. How do I want to proceed here? I guess I could set up the Damaritan Shackles on top for a future round. It's still 10 points. Probably gets him to play out an extra card. Let's do that.
Need me to do?
Let's go get the Shackles. And the Shackles was on top as well. That sucks.
Mead! More mead!
Alright, off to discard. Is it Queensguard? I don't know, because I don't think Queensguard are Tursex, or whatever they're pronounced like. It's going to be the guys that get boosted in your graveyard, I think. Get solid value on that. Yeah. Yeah, this is a deck that I'm actually building myself. It's going to be quite fun when we get there. So, this little boost, it essentially gets veteran boosts, so you want to play every Tursec. Oh, Tursic. Yeah, those guys with veteran tags, and you can boost them and things like that with the veterans. It's a lot of fun. You end up with some stupidly powered bronzes. Okay, so what's his dude? He was going to shuffle, so yeah, we can go with the armored cavalry and we'll get a new idea of what's on top of his deck. We'll play the back row. Oh wow. He's got Cambi and Avalak. Well, if he's going to play out Avalak, we can punish that.
Seen it all already. And then some.
So, triggers the veteran on his dudes again. I guess we could decoy a Rot Tosser on his veterans. Potentially get 16 points. I doubt it. But there's a chance, I suppose. I'm really bad for remembering point values on cards, so I'm sure there probably is a card that, with all the veteran tags, is still lower than 8. But I think it's worth a try. Keeps him playing cards out of his hand, and I kind of want him to thin as much as possible. I also do want him to draw into that Avalak, though.
You wanna pass, you gotta pay.
And
Can't
there's
let
his
you
pirates.
through elseways.
Okay, so he discards the copies, but he doesn't shuffle his deck, so he's still got Cambi, Avalak, and whatever it was that I grabbed with this. Something nasty. 2 points behind. I don't really want to play much more out, to be honest. I'm I mean, we could go for a T-bore, and he probably almost certainly passes at that point. Is that a bad thing, taking this round? Because we're going to throw the next round anyway and go to the final round, so he can't pass out through the Avalak.
Alba!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was the pirate captain, of course. So if he plays out a card and it's not on his range row and below 8, he loses 17 points. If he passes, we take the round, which I'm also happy with. So the best thing he can do here is either lock our cow carcass or put something on that row to deal with it. It looks like he's got something to deal with it. Oh. 26 points ahead. That goes down to 1. He has to play another card. We have 14 points on him that we're going to lose if he plays this out. Yeah, let's pass. Might get that pirate captain out of his hand, which is fine by me.
Won't pay us in gold, pay us in blood.
Yeah, goes 14 points. This is a point behind. Suppose there was an argument for lacerating the mid row there. Need to play another 8 points, but I think he could easily do that. Okay. Let's see what he does here. I'm hoping that he just goes for a straight cold pass. We're going to put a Syria back in. Another spearman. If a Syria becomes relevant, it's probably because we're milling all the way to the bottom of our deck, so we'll find it anyway. Yeah, it looks like he's going for a quick pass. It was actually the Udolaric that we got off of that cavalry. Shows how good my memory is. Right, well, I guess we'll go with an Avalak. If he passes, then will Emir Shackles pull Avalak. We only lose like 6 points of value there.
It's time.
Because I know he wants to pass, but we can't. We can't just pass. Please go to the next round. It'd be so useful. No, he's going to play it out a bit.
Seen it all already. And then some.
Let's see. As soon as we do that Emir play, he'll know what we're doing if he doesn't already know what we're doing. I could maybe just set up a spearman and maybe he'll think that that's good enough to pass on. Let's try that.
Mashed potatoes with thick gravy.
Ooh. That's some flavour right there. So, 14-point advantage. He plays this out. Sure of it.
What's this on one?
Yep. Okay, well, we're going for our Emir play.
There is but one punishment for traitor.
So, shackles our Avalak and pull him back. Keeps us roughly around his point value. Keeps Avalak back into our hand where he's nice and safe. I think we're definitely going to need both of these spearmen in that third round.
It's time.
Oh, hello Avalak, thank you. Swears. Swears. Does that do anything for us? That veteran, he's already played out all three. The pirate captains, that's his second that's on the board there. I mean, I don't think Swears hits anything, to be perfectly honest, because there's one card. If it's going to hit anything, it's going to be that pirate captain. Right now, anyway.
Come on, stalkers! We ride!
Okay, it's not a pirate captain.
Glory to you.
Goes to boost up his... what are the skirmishers? They're like probably something stupidly ridiculous now. Yep, 15s. Right, well... I guess we can rot toss her. Range throw. You can block with the pirate captain, but that's still a decent point value. I think it's still 8. Not sure what the last thing he discarded was actually. So it might appear as though we've got card disadvantage, but if it goes to the third round, we certainly do not.
We serve her who is virgin, mother and crone.
Because we've at least got another...
some overseas plundering in springtime.
Another 3 cards on top of what he's got right now. It's based on the draw. If it goes to the final round, though, we've got 4 extra cards. So you can see how Milfgaard gets out of hand quite quickly. I guess we go for another spearman. The problem becomes that we're going to have to use extra cards in order to solve this issue. He could go with Blood-Curdling Raw on the Priestess of Freya, or even on the Cow Carcass, to be perfectly honest, so... I don't think this is over by any stretch, so let's play out another Spearman. Plan on lacerating to gain some points back. But I reckon that Cow Carcass... Oh!
What is it now?
Alright. Summoning Circle. Copies our Spearman. And we're a point behind now. Now, if we go for the Avalak, then I think he knows that he has to play this round out and he has to try and 2-0 us. And if he can't do that, then he loses. So, do we play out our third Spearman knowing full well that if he passes, we only have card advantage to win with, which might be enough, but he's got a lot of 15 and 18 skirmishers. Let's do it.
What is it now?
We might get a Sierra off of the Avalak draw. We'll see. About to get a lot of points off of this Avalak, though, if he doesn't pass.
Bow before modern Freya.
Okay, Priestess gets him another 15 points. He's playing this out.
Like some overseas plundering in springtime.
So we will go with our Avalak.
At last.
Magna Division, pretty good. He only draws 1 card, we draw 2. Magna Division.
I suppose.
Just a redraw. Ah. Coral. That's fine, that's fine. We still have redraws with Magna Division. And Kahir is now officially either an Udalric if he passes and we're ahead on points, or it's just another Rot Tosser. Let's Alchemist.
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
There's Sigdrifer. Frosting our front row. Huh. There's still extra points to be had on that back row. So we'll wait on the Lacerate. The Dimeritium Bomb doesn't do anything, and I don't think it's going to do anything. It kind of helps with this Pirate Captain, but that's about it. I guess we'll Magna Division.
My boots have got sand aplenty in them.
Get another Alchemist. Get another 3 points. 10-point bronze, essentially.
Finally.
Oh boy. There can be. Is that enough to 2-0?
What is it?
I think it is, you
Bow
know.
before
Yeah,
Martin
here comes
Freya.
like 30 odd points.
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
Genuinely couldn't play around that though, even if we wanted to. Unless that does something. If we bomb Hemdall, deploy him when our opponent's done absolutely everything, 16 points. It's just not enough, is it? It's just short, I think. Let's bomb Hemdall.
What do you need?
Nothing like some overseas plundering in springtime.
So we have to pull Hemdall. Hemdall gets deployed. He's got 16 points on the board. Yeah, that's game. It's very close, but that's game. That's pretty close. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Ah.
I am no Milfgaardian.
And then... Actually, no, he's a loyal unit, so... He's not playing on our opponent's side. We get those 16 points.
Come!
Read your cards, kids. I win. As long as that top card is a unit, which it is guaranteed to be. I was thinking Camby coming back, but it's not. It's Hemdall. Awesome. Our opponent doesn't get to draw a card. We don't need to redraw, because any point value is a point value. Whew, dear. Yeah, read your cards, because, yeah, we almost considered that was a loss there. We might have forfeited that one, but awesome. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Don't play Camby because I'll play it against you. Alright, let's go into a new game.
Of course, friend.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Alright, we're back in and we're against another King Bran deck. Is this one going to be Queen's Guard? That is the question. Let's get rid of Magna Division. Don't need that. Probably don't need all three Alba Spearmen either. We don't have our combo assembled, which is a little bit of an issue. We do have Stefan to go get Avalak. And we have the Shackles in hand. But I'd kind of prefer Stefan to grab us anything we need. I guess we don't need both Alba Spearmen at this point, because that's not going to be our win condition for the first round or two. Okay. Going straight for the King Bran. I think it's going to be Queen's Guard if he's going that quickly into his graveyard. Yeah. Oh. Milfgaard, Olgierd, and Ceres. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, I guess we'll just lead off with an alchemist.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
And we hit the Priestess of Freya. Okay, that's actually going to be really good for us if he's got both of them in his deck. Because that gets rid of a lot of his resurrection. I doubt he goes for Resing and Olgierd here, so... Discards... Yeah, I was going to say. Discards a Raider when it's stayed in his graveyard a bit too long. Right, let's see if we can get rid of these Priestesses. He's got all three in his hand. Okay. You gotta know that he's running all of them.
What is it?
Madman Lugos. Gonna kill our Swears. Or is he just gonna damage it? If he just damages it, then we're in a good spot. It's hit for 2. Gets rid of a Skirmisher. I'd like to keep Swears alive. I feel like it'll really help. We know he's got all 3 Priestesses. How many Warmongers is he going to be running? I don't know, I feel like 2 max. So I don't know if that's really going to hit anything. But pulling Swears is okay. I guess we could... Well, if we Rot Toss to the back row, just Priestesses. And there's 2 value there, 4 value there. It's really not a win either way how we play that. I guess we could go with the Spearmen, the Cavalry, sorry.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Get you down there, quick, 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 quick. 447 and pull you. We know there's one in his deck.
Bow before modern Freya.
Pulling the Skirmishers. So we know there's at least one in his deck, so we can pull some value out of there with Swears. I think we might as well do that.
Come on, stalkers! We ride!
He does have 2 in there. Awesome.
Billion barrels of burning pitch.
Okay. Let's see. Do we want to go for another Swears hit again? We could Kahir, Alberic, pull Swears, go for his Shieldsmith. Because these don't regress and he's strengthening them up, so I imagine that's part of his win. Victory condition. Also eats into ours just that little bit, but he's already down to 8. No, I think we'll just Stefan and go for Avalak.
What's this called?
There it is. Stick that on top. If he wants to pass, that's completely fine. I'll go down a card. So we'll come back up a card later down the line anyway. If all goes well.
Bow before modern Freya.
Huh.
War at last! War, my beloved!
More deck thinning, eh? You got more skirmishers?
Just careful there.
Oh, it's you, May. He chose not to. Interesting. He must know what we're planning then. Let's see. Go for an Ulbrick. How much do we want to play this out? So he's probably got a Sigdri for one more Priestess. That's all of his rezzing. Milfgaard and Milfgaard are coming back next round. Yeah, let's Ulbrick.
My powers are yours to
Get our Avalak. And get to clear skies. The more he thins, the worse that gets.
Free as be the bravest.
Pulls an Axeman. So he's down to 6 cards in his deck. We're up to 14, so if all goes well, be very happy with this. Do we want to go for an 8-point Rot Tosser on the front row? He's done very well to protect his board state against really big point plays on a Rot Tosser, so... If we do that, we're going to have to play out an extra card if he passes. I think that's fine. So yeah, he passes. We'll just go with the standard bearer, I think.
No success! Charge!
Take the round. 10 points ahead. Next round, draw 2 cards. We're just going to cold pass. He'll take it anyway because of the Milfgaard and Milfgaard.
Just one more circle.
Magna Division. And Armoured Cavalry. Let's get rid of the Armoured Cavalry. T-Bar, it's pretty sweet. Okay, so we definitely don't want to do anything here, do we? No. Let's pass. Let him take the round. The only bad part of this play,
Hide your stench.
other than the fact that that happens, is that if he goes for a Coral on our Avalak, we'll be really sad. Other than that, I think we'll be fine. Okay, yeah, we'll accept this. It's good enough. Oh yes, of course, that is another option for rezzing. So he puts a
I can help you if you wish.
thingamajig in his thingamajig. Yep, that one. A skirmisher, I believe they're called. Which is a decent point play. And then an Ermion.
Free as be the bravest.
He's only got 1 gold left to show. Is it going to be what we think it is? I'm going to go with the Spearman.
Message.
And he locks it. As to be expected, unfortunately. So we could pull it. If we pull it back to hand, that lock will go. What do we replace it with, though? Because if that's a bronze card on top, then the Magna Division does nothing. I suppose we could T-Bar, potentially make him lose out on value. He might Coral that instead, which I'd be fine with, because I think the power between drawing advantage and stuff like that is going to be a lot better.
I am no Nilfgaardian.
So play down T-Bar. Pull that back. It's not a bronze card on top, so we can play our Magna divisions.
Modron Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
22 points on a skirmisher. That is a lot.
What is it now?
Play out a spearman. So we got 4 points available to us.
What is it now?
Well, that is annoying. We can counter that with a Dimerian Bomb if we find it, because Dimerian Bomb's pretty dead in this matchup, except for that card right there. We know that's not a bronze, don't we? So these Magna divisions are safe to play out.
My boots got
Lacerate.
sand aplenty in
Okay. That could be useful.
Told you it'd be worth it.
Wow. 23 points. Hooey. That opens up to Gigny if we end up going that route, which I don't like. I'll put him on the front row. Peter. Peter's good.
Told you it'd be worth it.
So we'll Peter
The Nordlings
this
hate it
pirate.
for us to never win.
Take him down to a 1.
Won't pay us in gold, pay us in blood.
The drawing's going to stop pretty quickly after that last card. So we have to play Avalak now if we hit like Decoy or something like that. No, Decoy wouldn't work for drawing. We don't have to pull the trigger on this Avalak until that last card gets played out. And this bomb isn't really going to do anything either. Shackle, sorry. Shackles that. There's no bouncing Avalak after that last
The
card.
goddess protect you from all evil!
Sigdrifer, so that's a gold card on top.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Block a bit of that. That's beautiful. That's a card.
I suppose.
Oh, there's his coral.
in the end.
Yeah. I don't know if we can catch up on points. Even slightly. Well, let's bomb that row. Lose 11 points. Yeah, I think he's just got way too much on us, unfortunately.
If magic dies, this world dies with it.
Doesn't matter. And then we'll lacerate that back row. But we needed 44 points, and this is not going to be it. Ah. Awkward. Very awkward. Just had better value cards in the end. Not much we can do about that. Alright, guys. Well, ooh, 100 scraps. Very nice. That is going to do it anyway for today's episode. So if you did enjoy the content and you want to see more, then be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon as well to give you notifications when the next video goes live. We will be playing some more Milfgaard tomorrow, so look forward to that. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.